sickness seemed to have left him, and he was just chatting about he wants to get better because he wanted to go to Celtic.
The tumour was in the bone, was right beside an artery, and if he hadn't been kicked, you know, he'd have just got ill and been too late.
Since being in hospital, I've passed the HND course. I've got married last July just. I've bought a house and passed my driving test, you know, and I'm hoping in September to go back to university to study again.
You know, you don't profess to cure cancer, but you can put it on the back burner for a while.
Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would it be the same if I saw you in heaven? I must be strong.
Now don't tell me that we never bring you any good news on UTV. It's Saturday morning, this is Dromore in County Down, we're in a church car park, and this car park is buzzing with volunteers. They're all here to do something nice for somebody they've never even met.
She's my woman of gold, she's not very old, She's my woman of gold, she's not very old.
Zoe Cantley is just 5 years old and she hasn't been very well, which is where Billy McCrory comes in.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you for taking the time to come out here and do this treat for Zoe. Zoe's one of the children that we deal with. I deal with children all over Northern Ireland who suffer from cancer. We're a totally voluntary charity, none of us are paid. We do it because we love to do it.
What Billy loves to do is to make children happy. Today, the Ulster Farmers Union is helping him with young Zoe's passion for tractors.
The day the police were great with us, the minister, he opened the car park to let the tractors in. And we asked the help of the Farmers Union. They offered us 30 tractors, which we thought, oh, this is great. And in fact, only 6 came.
Tell me how Shine a Light began.
I was still a young lad that I was visiting a friend in the Royal, and he was in a ward across the road. There was the Liverpool flag up in the window, and I'm an Ardman United man. And I started a bit of a banter because he was a young lad. When I came, he would put the Liverpool flag up, I put the Man United. And then one day I found out they died. And then I asked myself, you know, why a child? Why so young? So I decided to fundraise to help other children in the same situation.
July last year and Paula Donnelly marries Stuart Campbell. Nothing unusual there, you might think, except that 7 years ago, leukemia nearly claimed Paula's life. She says Billy helped save her.
I think without Billy, I may not even have got through it. When I was first diagnosed, I was only 16, so I was put straight onto an adult ward at the City Hospital. It was hard because it was all adults around me and there was nobody my age that I could talk to, you know. And that surrounding the doctors using big words and don't understand.
Children under treatment, they don't like hospitals. No, nobody does. But I am away from that. I am the alternative, the fun side of things.
When Billy first came in, you know, he'd been with people, you know, young people that has had these kind of illnesses. So he knew what he was talking about and he just came in bubbly, you know, just cheered me up and, you know, he'd say, just wise up, come on, get out of bed, you know.
You ask a child what it wants. You don't automatically surmise, say, right, this is what we're going to do for you. We ask them and they tell us.
He took us to concerts. The first trip that I went with him was to see Steps in the King's Hall. So that was a good night. He insisted that I went to London, but there was a few times that my consultant just refused because I was so ill. But it made me more determined to get better, you know, just to get to London with him, you know, just to get out and have a good time.
You know, it's hard enough when you're 16 years old and you're maybe a bit conscious about the way you look and so on, but there you were, meeting Westlife, and you'd already lost a lot of your hair because of the radiotherapy treatment. Was that really difficult for you?
It was pretty hard, especially having no hair, but white face, you know, people staring at you when you're out for a walk or something. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, what's Westlife going to think? These are one of, you know, UK's top, you know, bands. And I'm going to see them, you know, what are they going to think of me? But when I went to see them, they're really, really lovely, you know. They treated you as a person and not a sick patient that's lying in hospital. They actually treated you as somebody, as a person. Really, really nice.
Tell me what makes a man wanna give you all his heart.
When Billy brings us out, usually the concerts and stuff are usually as a group of us, you know, so there we get to speak, and you know, we find out that, you know, it's all like the similar illnesses, and you know, especially when I just went into hospital, getting to talking to these people, you know, I realised that I wasn't on my own. Especially with being in a ward of adults, you know, I was thinking, well, maybe I'm the only 16-year-old, maybe there isn't anybody else that I can talk to, you know, but with getting with these groups of young people, then you can speak and see what they're going through and sort of relate to what I'm going through, you know.
You raise me up so I can't stand on mountains. You raise me up.
Since being in hospital, I've did my GCSEs, passed my A-levels, I've went to college, I've passed the HND course there, I've got married last July just, so it's coming up the year anniversary. I've bought a house and passed my driving test, you know, and I'm hoping in September to go back to university to study again. Without Billy, it would never have happened. It's just, he's just like a miracle worker, you know. I think he gives so many children and young people just so much inspiration to go through it, and just gives them that willpower just to say, yes, I'm going to go through this.
You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am.
Coming up, how a game of soccer saved this young man's life. And the sports fan too ill to see Tyrone lift the Sam Maguire. So the Sam Maguire came to him.
You raise me up to more than I can be.
It's a special day. It's a very special atmosphere, a carnival atmosphere building.
Like many young men, Ross Rubery loves his football. But not many teenagers can say that soccer saved their life.
Foreign mascots. There's Stephen Watson, who's 15, Ross Rubery, who's in the wheelchair, 12-year-old Ross, and 9-year-old Mark Walker.
I was playing football and I got kicked. And then the pain was there about a week after still. And then I went to the doctors and he said it looks like torn ligaments, just rest it for a week or so. And then after a week it was still sore, so I went up to the Ulster for an x-ray. And then after the x-ray they saw this like a grey sort of circle thing in my leg. And they said it was like a mass, and I had to go up to the hospital in Musgrave for an x-ray there, and that's never able to find out that it was cancer.
The tumour was in the bone, was right beside an artery, and if he hadn't been kicked, you know, he'd have just got ill and been too late. You know. It was a godsend that he did get kicked playing football.
I didn't know what to think. I thought, am I going to live or die, or is it able to be treated? And then I went to the Royal, and then Mum and Dad didn't want anything being kept from me. They wanted to tell me the truth the whole time.
At the time, when we went to see the consultant, Ross's lifespan was 7 weeks.
Doctors saved Ross's life, but he lost the leg. Today, Billy McCrory is delivering on the promise he made the day he first met Ross and Noel in hospital.
Now, the golden boot, do you know whose that is? That's wee Coyce, his first golden boot. He's the only British person to have won it twice. The Caravelle, that's one of the first trophies that Rangers ever played abroad for, 1948, when we played a challenge match against Benfica. Rangers won 3-0 that.
When he first met Ross, Ross had a Rangers top on, and, oh, you're a Rangers supporter? And yes. Oh, he says, when you get up and get about, Ross, I'm going to take you to see Rangers. And that's a promise.
He said he takes people to Rangers and Celtic, and I said, well, can you take me to Rangers, please?
Could you sign up, please?
Good luck with today.
Cheers for that.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Good luck now.
And he said, once you get better, I'll take you to Rangers. And he shook my hand and he said, I'm a man of my word and I'll take you. And then today I'm here to see Rangers.
What do you reckon the score's going to be today?
Hopefully 2-0 or...
I think it'll be about 2-1, I think.
You treat a child as a child. You don't treat it as a patient. When we're away, we don't talk about cancer. It's all the quality of life, the VIP status, making them have memories that maybe they've never had in their life before. So that's the object of improving their quality of life, giving them something to look forward to, dangling the carrot, as I would call it. But it's effective. You don't profess to cure cancer, but you can put it on the back burner for a while.
When you're too in love to let it go.
He makes me feel happy anytime, Mick. If I see Billy, he's always smiling. He never seems to be down in the dumps. He always seems to look on the bright side of things.
Billy put my mind at rest. Billy was like a social worker to me. Billy would come in, he would talk to you, he would tell you what can be done for your son. You know, all right, Ross lost a leg. There's life after that. Ross, you can walk, you know. And like the help he gave me, like I thought Ross's life was over. Billy talking to me proved to me that there's more that can be done. I would never have thought about taking Ross bowling. And Billy has brought this together. He's bringing families together. You know, it's not Ross and me going out for a day. It's families going out for a day. And you're keeping in contact with people that you were in hospital with. You're seeing how the children are progressing. It's fantastic. Billy doesn't disappear. Billy's always thinking, oh, there's something else I can do here.
It's always nice to have someone outside the family to talk to. And sometimes a strange ear is a better ear, you know, and well, sometimes the families can go through a traumatic time. It's nice to be there to talk to them and listen to them, basically, that's it.
Ross had a wee problem with being down in the dumps. We had a Christmas party and Billy bought Ross a phone for Christmas. It says, Ross, my number's not. You need to talk to me. Ring me.
Billy's a good person and all, he'll treat you if you get through it. And even if you don't get through it, Billy will be there for you as well.
And I will try to fix you.
Sadly, David Gillespie's illness could not be fixed, despite the best efforts of the health service, a bone marrow transplant from his brother, and all the inspiration Billy McCrory could offer David and his parents.
I know Billy McCrory. Indeed I do. He came into the hospital and I didn't know him from Adam down, and he just come on in, and he says to David was lying in the bed, and he says, "What are you doing in that bed?" And David looked at him and he says, "Do you know who I am?" And he says, "No." He says, "Get your butt out of that bed." He says, "For I'm taking you to Celtic." And David, he says, and then he introduced himself to me as Billy McCrory. But I hadn't knew Billy, just Billy. How could you explain Billy McCrory? He just made David feel like, well, I'm going to Celtic, I'm getting myself sorted out and I'm going. And I says, well, you get yourself better. And David did fight hard to get better, to get to Celtic.
Definitely, he was full of love for everybody, didn't matter who they were or what they were. His nature was just, he didn't want anybody arguing or fighting or anything like that,
Billy just lightened up the whole day for David. Just lightened the whole day for him. And he was all excited. He didn't think about how sick he was, because he had been very, very sick, and the sickness seemed to have left him, and he was just chatting about he wants to get better because he wanted to go to Celtic.
To see his face sitting in that stand, and the happiness, the contentment, and it was great to sit through the match. I paid no attention to the match. I paid attention just to David, because he sat there and it was, oh, here, I'm sitting with my friends, and that's the whole idea.
When he came back from Celtic, he was running, telling everybody that Martin O'Neill at the time left some of the players off, but David was VIP. David got VIP, and he was sitting in the VIP room with Henrik Larsson watching the Celtic match, which they won that day. And there was Bobo Baldy and there was Neil Lennon, and they were all laughing and slagging. And he much as turned around to Billy McCrory and put his thumb up and say, "Look who I'm sitting with, you have to take a back seat."
David was also a Tyrone GAA fan. The year he passed away was the year Tyrone won their first All-Ireland title.
They've done it! Tyrone are the All-Ireland champions!
David got to the semi-final, so he did. And he had his ticket for the final of Tyrone, but unfortunately he couldn't make it because he got very ill.
As we were approaching the Ireland final of 2003, Logie gave us a call, as he often did, and he told us about a fella called Billy McCrory, who had this organisation called Shine a Light that helped young kids who were suffering from cancer. And he mentioned a young lad named David Gillespie who was suffering, and would there be any chance we could do anything for him. So of course we said, yeah, what do you want us to do? Whatever way we can help, we'd be too glad to do it. And so we arranged a visit for David to come and see us one night at training in Oma.
And we were all in a circle before training, and Mickey was telling us that there was a young man coming to visit us, and that he wasn't well. He was suffering from cancer, and that he was coming up to meet the team and get presented with a signed jersey. And it would just be nice if everybody could take the time out and go and meet him, and everybody did that.
Oh, that was a night. He was running around here all day, and he was teasing Brian and about Tower and Fancy run all over the country to meet no fella in the team, and he's gone up to meet him. And no, he had a very good night, and they treated him. Oh, everybody was more than good to him.
he was very proud, and the boys took great value out of that as well, in that preparing for a very serious sporting event, but here was a young man's life who was much more important than that.
Toronto doing a score here. They might just get it. They have. Stephen O'Neill has kicked a second point. It might now be enough.
You know, it reminded us of how important football was. You know, the responsibility that we have in the final, like, you know, and how many people are putting their hopes on us.
When we won the All-Ireland, this has been the first time Tyrone had won it. We were around every club in the county, or particularly every club who had any connection with the win. We thought it would be very appropriate if we would call at the house and to see if we could give some kind of support to the family.
David just died on the Friday night, and they come on the Saturday, and Mickey Hart come in, and he asked me would it be alright to bring the team in. The team was outside in the van, and they brought the Sam McGuire onto David, left it with David in the coffin.
They brought the cup in and held her up over him. So it was emotional, like, it was very emotional. But they never forgot him, like, you know, they never forgot him.
Well, David Gillespie's my son, Danny's, and the family, and he's just an angel. What more can I say?
And I said,